This is a new oil pressure line for the oil gauge on your dash to replace that old plastic brittle one that we all have. This comes from TSI Imports. Part number, directions, and ready to start installing it. Directions is missing a couple of critical notes. One is when you're using Teflon tape, it doesn't mean white plumber's tape. You got to make sure you use the yellow Teflon that's resistant to oil. Okay, so yellow Teflon tape. The other thing is when you're putting it back together, there's a leather washer on the back of the gauge. You do not need to reinstall that leather washer. Mine was brittle and fell apart anyways. You don't need the leather washer with our steel braid hose. Ted, that's the owner, May 18th, 2026. So that came from him, all right? So don't worry about the leather washer. First step is remove the oil pressure line from the vehicle. Remove the oil line. You gotta disconnect this end from the gauge. Obviously I'm cheating a little bit because I'm doing the dash project. For those of you who are not removing your dash, you remove tack right here. You remove this gauge only, and you remove your cigarette, okay? And then you'll have access to get at the oil pressure gauge, and basically you're gonna want to remove that gauge and pull it off the dash, out of the dash. I'm doing the nuts in the back, and I'll show you a video on that. This nut right here is kind of an odd size. You can either use a 14 millimeter or 9/16. They fit good enough to get it loose, and then you can disconnect that, and then there'll be a few wires hooked to it and a light bulb you just pull off, and then on the other side it comes out. It comes out right here. Goes down, tucks into a little plastic clip right there, and it goes straight into the engine block. The first step is just to unscrew it right here, and then you'll be able to remove the line. This is a funky size, so you just have to break it loose. I'm using a 14 millimeter on it right now, and get it disconnected for right now. There it is, disconnected. Obviously, you're just gonna pull it away. Get this plastic rubber thing off. Pull the clip out, and then we're gonna withdraw it through this grommet here. So, took my plastic tool here and I pried out the grommet. And then on this end, used a ton of electrical tape, and I taped the old line to the new line. Obviously, I'm gonna try and use the old line as a pole to get it through this mess. Trying to follow the same path as the original, and we'll go from there. Once you remove the line, it says the new line has an adapter on each end. So basically, this is the one that should go into the engine block right here. New adapter. So you're gonna just unscrew it and remove it. And then this is the one that goes to the back of the gauge. Same thing, you're gonna unscrew it or remove it. That worked super easy. Just a little guiding in here, and pulled right through. So now we can remove this tape and then remove the old line. Remove the fitting from the vehicle. I'm using a 14 millimeter 3/8 and a breaker bar, and that did the trick, no problem. So I'm removing the fitting right now so I can put the new fitting in. Next, you want to put your new adapter into your engine block. You want to put at least 3 wraps of the yellow Teflon tape on the block side. What worked best for me was a 7/16 on a 1/4 inch drive, and that was able to get in there and get past the bulkhead here and fit, so I could tighten it down. So you can work on rerouting this back down. I did put a new grommet on the end here, so I don't have to cut it with a razor blade like the last one. And then I've got it going through this little thing here. And then what I did was I took a drill bit and I made this slot a little bit bigger until this will snap in. So I'm able to keep this clip intact and it'll snap in. You do not want to put any yellow tape on this connection here. You're just going to attach it straight on, nice and firm, check for leaks. So no yellow tape on that fitting end there, just the part that goes into the block. Same size wrench, 7/16, it threads right on, no problem. Just snug it up. I don't think you have to make it too tight, just make it snug. And this can come down. Get in there or not. There, snapped in. Usually put this piece so it rubs against the brake booster. And that's fine. And all I gotta do here is push this grommet into the grooves there and get that squared away. That looks good. This thing comes with some shrink tubing that you shrink up with some heat. It doesn't say where to put it though. So do you put it up here by the gauges, or do you stick it down in here where it goes past all the wires? I really don't know. I'm gonna stick mine probably on the lower side down here, and I'm just gonna heat the end of it to hold it in place. I'm not gonna try and heat this whole thing. You're supposed to do it, measure it, install it, pull the whole thing out, heat it up, put it back. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna get it where I think it needs to be, and I'll take a measurement for you guys so you can do it ahead of time. I'm probably gonna keep it down here. I did find an old piece of shrink tubing that will fit over the end of this thing. I will probably put that up top, just because all the gauge wires are floating around up there, just to protect up here a little bit. So I'm gonna use a second piece myself, or you can wrap it with electrical tape if you want. But I think I'm gonna put my piece down here to protect the wires that it passes through. Yeah, it looks like the sweet spot is right about there. You can see it's coming through right here at the end of this, right there. I'll wiggle it a little bit so you can see it down there at the end, which is past all the wires. And then right here, I think that's a good spot. The measurement from the tip to the black, it's 9 inches. So those of you doing it, if you want to just shrink wrap it about 9 inches back, you're going to be right in the ballpark. And there's some flexibility to move it around a little bit. All right. So I got my fireplace log lighter, and I hit this stuff. So I got a piece here that I added, this piece here. Now I only heated it at the very end down here. I'm not going down deep in here pulling this line back out. I just did it right here to keep it in place, and the rest is just loose, but it's still protecting. The other end, when I wrap this 3 layers of that yellow tape on the gauge, make sure there's none on the flat part on top. Again, you do not need the leather washer. And then this you're going to put on just like this, but you're not going to put any yellow tape on this fitting. You're going to leave that like that. All right. Using a 9/16 and 7/16 wrench. Bigger one goes on the lower part. This you've got the Teflon tape on. This part gets no Teflon tape. Snug them up tight. Flow gauge is working good. Make sure you look down here. Feel for any leaks. Check down here. Look for any leaks. Everything's working really good though.